Hey you guys, welcome and welcome back. Y'all be sure to like and subscribe. Ooh, look at that sun. Radiant, bitch. Y'all be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. Okay, y'all. So I was just thinking about this because I went to my son's parent-teacher conference the other day, and I found out that he'd been lying about bringing his homework home. My youngest son, okay, he thought he was slick, and he was not bringing his homework home. And there were some times where the reason I didn't really think of it too much, I was going to ask her because I knew the parent-teacher conference was coming up. But the reason why I didn't hound him too tough about it was because there was a few weeks since school had started where he didn't have any homework, right? And it was because they, I guess, were having issues with their photocopier or something like that. So I didn't really think too much of it. But when he came home the second week and was like, no, I don't have any homework, I was like, okay, something's up. But I knew the parent-teacher conference was coming up. So I pretty much just let it ride until I talked to his teacher. But it ended up coming out that he was lying about having his homework or bringing his homework home. So this whole weekend, this Sunday, this whole weekend, I've been helping him. His brothers have been helping him. We've all been trying to, help him to get his homework done, right? He'll do the homework for each part that he was missing. And this is 2 weeks worth, right? So it's a lot of homework. And we'll help him, we'll tell him a certain portion that he did, whether he needs to make corrections or not. And I was just really frustrated. I was really irritated because I have my gripes with the school system and things like that. I feel like each decade or each few years, each generation, they change the way they teach the kids. I feel like this is calculated and I'm not dumb. So if you're any one of the quote unquote conspiracy people or chosen one people or, spiritual people, and I put that in quotations because everybody has their own opinions, but oh shit. If you're any of those people, you know that the school system is pretty much a big scam, right? So it frustrates me when my son comes home and I help him with his homework every week when he has homework. But just the volume of it, because he didn't bring it home, it's just been really stressful trying to help him get it done. And that's the reason why I wanted to talk to y'all about this. Not just because of him, but because of even myself, raising kids and seeing them grow and then having relationships with people. It's I had to kind of take a step back and realize that people are going to learn things on their own time, right? You can't force a person or make a person understand something or know something when you want them to. You can't force a person to see your point of view or to be able to empathize with your situation until it's time for them to, until they're ready to, until a situation happens where maybe they are put in your shoes, right? So when it comes to my son, doing homework, I was like, you know what? Even though I'm frustrated, there was this stupid question on the homework that said, Mr. Combs, not Mr. Combs, Jesus, P. Diddy. It was Mr. Malcolm or something like that, kissed a pig. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Why would you, even if it's a fake sentence, even if it's a sentence about oh, the spelling of kissed was wrong, why would you fucking say, okay, weird. The old maintenance man for the apartment complex was just looking at me. He didn't say nothing. He didn't wave or nothing. He was just out the window. You know what I mean? Damn, nigga, you could say good morning. But whatever. He probably mad because he got fired. But Yeah, like the correction of, oh, kissed was spelled wrong. But why the fuck would the person be kissing a pig? That's a weird ass question. And I'm gonna I'm gonna tell her about that, because I just I don't like that. I don't like that. And even though it may not make a difference, because a lot of people don't say things these days and they don't speak on things because they feel like it's not going to make a difference. But I still speak on stuff. I don't give a damn if it's going to make a difference or not. I'm going to make my point clear, and my intentions are going to be clear, so it can be no confusion about how I feel about that, because that was a weird sentence. But long story short, I digress. I was really trying to have patience with my son, because it's just the way he's being taught. It's not necessarily his fault. And no matter how much I go in and teach him another way, they're going to teach him their own way. And it's going to be different, right? And I feel like, again, that's calculated. I feel like they want for the parents to be confused about what the kids are doing, so that they can't help their kids, and so that they pretty much, yeah, I waved that time. He looked again. Oh, put your eyes back in your head. Get your eyeballs together. Oh, and here come this cat. Look at who it is. Look at who it is. Who is that? Who is that, kitty cat? Who is that? Who is that? IT you. Yeah, IT you. You scary, but you still think you still love me. But no, I say that all to say, like, of course it's calculated. Of course they want the parents not to be able to help the kids with the homework, and they want to keep changing the criterias of the school system, or the itinerary of the school system, or the agendas of the school system in each child's generation, to make it confusing, so that nothing is cohesive and we can't relate on anything. And they've been doing that probably since, I think, probably like the 1950s or prior. But I had to let it go. I had to say, you know what, do the best you can. Because I was getting frustrated with him, because sometimes it's like he tries, like the fact that he didn't bring home his homework, he knows what he's doing. You know what I mean? Kids aren't stupid. So they're trying to figure out, like, even as a kid, you have to remember there was probably a time where you were trying to figure out how to get your way in a situation where you knew that you had other things that you should be doing, but you were trying to get your way to do what you wanted to do. So I'm not mad at him, but I did tell him, like, if he doesn't bring his homework home again, he's going to get pow-pows, because, I believe in, making sure that kids understand. And even though I punished him now, because it's the first time he's done this, he can't watch TV. He can't play games on his brother's phones or play games on my phone. He can't do any of the electronic things that he likes to do. And I told him he can't even draw, because he really likes to draw. And you can't do that until you finish this work. And if you do it again, not only are you going to be punished, but you're going to get pow-pows. Okay? And if anybody has a problem with how I raise my kids, that's fine. You can have your opinion. Let me know in the comments how you feel about it. But that's just how I feel. Because a lot of these kids these days didn't get enough whoopings. All right? They didn't get enough whoopings. And I've told y'all several times, I'm not advocating abuse, and I'm not advocating harshness or violence towards minors. That's not my advocation. And I'm not advocating for violence. But I also feel that too much of anything creates a problem. So too much, forceful punishment creates a problem, and too much leniency can create a problem, because what we need to understand as humans is balance, right? However, I digress. See, you finna get stepped on. You keep walking all up on me now. Cat walking, look, the cat is literally. But no, what I'm saying is, at some point or another, right, with my son, I had to allow him to sit there without me trying to correct him. I had to allow him time to sit there and try to focus on his work without me trying to say anything, because you have to realize at some point that people are going to learn when, oh shit, no, it's the bee. And I ran. You have to realize at some point that people are going to learn when they get ready to learn, okay? People are going to realize things and see things when it's their time to realize and see things. They're not going to understand necessarily what you're trying to teach them or tell them exactly when you try to teach them or tell them. And a lot of us can tend to get frustrated about that. Like, I know I get frustrated about it because, child, I be like, wake up! What the fuck is wrong with you? Not to my child, but like to grown-ups. Mostly I get frustrated with grown people, but I just feel that it's good for us to remember that, right? Like, there was this girl, and I went to work with her. I worked with her. I think I told y'all about her for something else. Like, I can't remember. I think I told this story in a video that I haven't put out yet. But I said pretty much that she was like trying to have a baby, right? And she wanted a baby so bad. Like, she was willing to have a baby with anybody, child. And I gotta take a break in the shade because I've been walking laps. Whew, I told y'all, I'm trying to get out here and do multiple things at the same time. Exercise and film and get some sun, because you know you need a good dose of vitamin D every day. Get your mind out the gutter. No, but she really wanted a baby so bad. And I had 2 kids. And I told her, like, girl, I know you want a baby, but, and this was back in like 2000. It was before 2020. It was like 2016, maybe even before that. It could have been anywhere from 2014 to 2018, right? Yeah, because I had my youngest son 2017. So I think she had her daughter right before I had my 3rd son. And it wasn't planned like that. It just kind of happened like that. But she wanted a baby so bad. And I was just like, girl, there's no reason why you should want a baby that bad. And I get it and I understand, because it's like, you know, the grass is always greener on the other side. And whatever other saying that they say, right? But I was trying to tell her, like, you want to think about this. You want to be smart about this. You want to make sure that you have a person with you who can support you. Because at that time, when she was talking about wanting a baby, when I was working with her and we were hanging out, you know, after work and doing things together and going out to eat and stuff like that, just, you know, having girl time and stuff. This was after I separated from my ex-husband, but we weren't divorced yet. And he was like literally making my life hell. And she knew about it, and I told her about it. I don't know if she thought she was better than me to where it wouldn't happen to her like that. Because sometimes that's how we are, especially as Black women. Or if she just didn't care. But this bitch had to learn the hard way, okay? She had a baby. She had a baby by somebody who was not stable emotionally, financially, mentally, chemically, okay? This person was on substances, and she knew it, and she still had a baby. And for me, it's like, wow. You know, I think back on my situation, and there were people who told me not to do what I did. And it was like, wow, okay. So at the moment, I didn't necessarily like judge her, but I just felt like, damn, I wish you hadn't done that, girl, because me being in that position as a single mom, I didn't want that for you. You know what I mean? And, you know, people probably didn't want it for me either, but I made a choice. Even though I did get married and I was in a relationship, it still doesn't protect you from being a single parent, whoever you are. So, I don't know. That's an example of where a lot of people try to tell her not to do what she did. and she did it anyway, and she had to learn on her own time. So I just wanted to talk about this because a lot of you guys I know are very psychic. You're very inclined when it comes to your abilities to see things, feel things, hear things, know things ahead of time. And, you know, if you are a chosen one or you are a child of God, however you want to title yourself, I don't like to put myself in a box. So I am just a being of light, okay, for me personally. I'm a being of light that has something to say. And, you know, for a lot of you guys, you may feel frustrated because you may have family members or friends or kids or parents or, you know, people in your life who you really love, who you may be trying to get to understand something in a clear way. And you may be providing all of the evidence that you need to provide. You may be very clear and concise about your communication, and people still don't want to listen or acknowledge or see your point of view in a situation. And I just want you to know it's okay. All right? It's okay. And you don't have to feel any better or worse about yourself because people either chose to listen to you or they didn't choose to listen to you. Just know who it is that you are and know what value that you hold and the value of what you're saying holds, and keep it pushing, okay? Because a lot of people these days have selective memories. A lot of people these days have selective opinions, or, you know, they just pick and choose and cherry pick what they want to see when it comes to what's right in front of us. And I just want you to know that I can understand your frustration, but I don't want you to get discouraged about, you know, that situation, or not, or feel guilty even about not being able to help someone before something bad happened, because you really can't control that. And just like my old friend, she learned the hard way how fucked up it is to be a single mom to a person who tries to make your life hard, and to a person who doesn't really appreciate the gift that you've given them by giving them a child and doesn't help you, you know? And she had to learn on her own time. And there came a time in the future where she told me, like, wow, you know, Casey, I really wish that I would have listened to you. I really wish that, you know, I would have paid more attention. And she actually told, she didn't say this to me because we weren't talking at that time because I was tired of her shit. But she told one of our other mutual friends about this, and she wanted the mutual friend to come and tell me about it. So it wasn't like a weird thing. But she told me that she basically said that she wanted to apologize to me, and that she missed me, and that she was sorry that she didn't listen to me. And now she sees how hard I've had to work, and she apologized for underestimating like who I am and how strong I am and how hard I push for my life to actually be something, you know, worth waking up for every day. Like, she just wanted to acknowledge how difficult it was for me, and the fact that I made it look very easy. But in reality, now that she's experienced herself, she sees how difficult it was, and she understands why I told her what I told her. So it all comes back full circle. I think in a previous video I told y'all the chickens always come home to roost. But just understand that it's like, even though you may feel like whatever you're saying or doing is falling on deaf ears and people don't hear you and they're not listening to you, folks aren't stupid. Folks are not dumb. They hear exactly what you're saying. They know what you're saying, but they're choosing to have their own selective understanding of a situation. So don't let that get to you. All right. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys are enjoying the channel. Let me know in the comments any times that you may have experienced that confirm this, because I know a lot of people, when they get frustrated or when they're in certain situations where frustration can manifest, they benefit from hearing other people kind of experience the same thing. So be sure to get in the comments, you guys. Let me know what else you would like me to talk about, because we have a lot of plans. And be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. Ooh, that poll. The vibe. And I will see y'all next time. Bye. Stanky poos.